All right, what's up, everybody? I don't lie, I kind of have a bit of a sore throat. Damn, I think all that lack of sleep in Miami and New York is catching up. Guys, is this camera better? Like, damn, this is supposed to be the camera that's worse. What the hell? This camera actually looks kind of better. All right. All right. Let me know, guys, in the chat what you think about this camera. Fuck my throat. Fuck. All right, you know what? We're just out here grind maxing. I don't know what else to tell you. We're just out here grind maxing. That's really all I gotta say. Okay, thumbnail. Okay. Yo, Kevin, what's good? Yandi. Yo, what's good, bro? What's good, Yandi? Bro, when I'm back in Miami, I will be back at your coffee shop. I swear to God. I will be back at your coffee shop. I guarantee you. I promise you that, dog. Dude, that coffee shop is such good energy, bro. Hell yeah. Okay. I'm not live for a long time. I'm literally just out here to farm some clips to keep my momentum going because I'm on a generational run right now, guys. How's my hair? Oh my God. Goodness gracious. Probably should have done this before the stream, man. Fuck. Okay. Guys, is this, do you guys like this camera? It doesn't look bad. Also, how's my audio? Is it, like, loud enough or no? Test. Okay, looks chill. Okay. All right. A passcode for DMs. Okay. One sec. All right. Oh, damn. I didn't even put it in the title. No, I just got back from Miami like 2 days ago. Okay. Yeah. Back to show Canada. Yep. Yeah, I'm just visiting here. I'm visiting Canada for Christmas with my parents, so I'm just coming back to visit for Christmas, and then I'm probably going to go back to Miami. That's kind of the idea here. Oh my gosh, ew, what the fuck is that? Okay. I'm just trying to figure shit out. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so fucking like tired right now and out of it. Shit. Should I even gone live? Fuck it. We're live. Okay. Nick Fuentes and Piers Morgan did a thing today. And we're gonna be reacting to that. Okay, why the fuck? Alright, one sec. Shit. Yeah, we're back to Canada, but not back for long. I can promise you that. But yeah, no, it's a crazy story behind like even how I even ended up in Miami because I was not planning on going back to Miami. I was going to go to New York for 2 days to interview Sneeko. That's it. And then I ended up in Miami. Shout out to Hudson Cosper. Yeah, I'd fight on brand risk 100%. I've always kind of wanted to like do a boxing match too and fight. I've always kind of wanted that. So, all right, shit. Okay, one second. Okay. All right. Get this reaction cam up. We gotta get some clips in. All right. What are we working with here?
Honestly, you're just a misogynist old dinosaur, aren't you? For a young guy. I mean, I know I'm the boom.
They close the curtain.
No, I like this. All right. Wow. Wait, let's watch that back again. No audio? Are you fucking serious? Oh my god, I'm already pissed. Why the fuck would there not be any audio? I'm sorry, guys, I'm mad. Why would there not be any audio? Okay, I'm sorry for crashing out. Okay, guys, can you hear it now?
Wow,
Surely,
says the guy
right?
who's never got laid. Basically, you're just a misogynist old dime.
Can you guys hear it now? Surely, right? I don't see why not. W in the chat if you guys can hear it now.
For a young guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm the boomer. I know I'm the boomer here, but actually, you're a 27-year-old dinosaur, aren't you? Aren't you, Nick Fuentes? All women.
I am.
All women are annoying. All women grow
fossil.
old. They all get fat. Says the guy. Have you ever had sex?
No, absolutely not.
Wow. Says the guy who's never got laid. Basically, you just.
Wow. So Piers Morgan is trying to make it like a personal insult that Nick Fuentes is a Christian and chooses not to have sex until marriage. He's trying to make that like some sort of insult that Nick Fuentes has been disciplined. He's been practicing Christianity to such a degree where he is a virgin. And Piers Morgan is trying to make that like some sort of like slam dunk on Nick Fuentes, which I mean, I just think that it's like very like low level. Like Piers Morgan is basically stooping to like the lowest of possible levels. Like, oh, you're a good Christian. Like he's trying to use the fact that Nick's been a good Christian to try to like slam dunk on him. It makes absolutely no sense. And if anything, it just shows Piers Morgan's character. That's all it does. Derek Hockley says, I hear you. Shout out Derek Hockley. All right. Guys, there's a bunch of these clips. Let's just watch this. This is 8 minutes.
See, my point to you, Nick Fuentes, is that in parts of this interview, you try to come across as moderate. But every now and again, the mask slips. And it slipped again here with what you say about Hitler. There's nothing very fucking cool about Hitler. We know that from history now. We know what he did. You've already conceded that he murdered at least 6 million Jews. So when you say he's very fucking cool, Jewish people watch this and go, this guy's disgusting. Why would he say this about someone who perpetrated such an evil? And what's the real answer? Why do you? Is it just for clicks? Is it for money? Is it just for fun? For shits and giggles? What is it? What motivates you to say something like Hitler was very fucking cool?
It's for this. It's for all of this. And the lack of self-awareness is amazing. You're a boomer. You're a 60-year-old boomer. And we've spent maybe 3 minutes on you saying, he's a really fucking monster. He incinerated people. And I'm sitting here saying it's not that serious. It's not that deep. And
not that
what
serious.
I'm getting at.
Not that serious.
Or do you want to say more about he's a monster?
You're not a kid yourself anymore. You're not a teenager.
I know.
Right? You're nearly 30, to be clear.
Yeah,
okay? You're a fully formed adult who has a brain, right? And at some stage, that brain is taking you off these rabbit warrens.
Is this an interview or is this a lecture? Can I respond to what you're saying?
I want you to explain why you think it's fine to say how fucking cool Hitler is and to dismiss the very powerful 90 seconds from a British journalist who lost a lot of family members to the Nazis in such a callous, dismissive manner.
I don't think it's powerful. I think we've been hearing that our entire lives, okay? The Schindler's List. Let's just be honest. The propaganda is over the top. We have been brought in America.
What about the Schindler's List? Tell me about the Schindler's List. Well, tell me about the Schindler's List.
I'll tell you about it. We have been browbeaten as a people, as Americans, as Westerners, for our entire lives. And do you know what this has done? It has taken away any sense of pride, any sense of love for our own civilization. We have been made the villain in our own story. We have been made because, well, let's just be clear. It doesn't begin and end with Hitler is a monster. This has been the political narrative, which is why we have thrown open the borders. This is a political narrative, which is why we can't be a conservative society as a whole anymore, why we can't be proud of Europeans, why we can't be proud of being Christian, because they've told us if you're too white and too proud and too Christian, it's going to lead to a Holocaust. And so my generation, our entire lives,
honestly, Nick
it's true.
Fuentes,
And that's why people like me. That's why I'm popular, because this is bullshit.
Shit. Honestly,
yeah, it's a crock. We don't want to hear any more about me mom and me dad. That's a crock of shit.
No, listen. What you just said is a crock of shit. And you
it's
know
true.
it.
It's called the open society.
In your gut, you know it is. You weaponize this stuff.
You know.
You weaponize this stuff for money, but you know when you say something like what you just said.
I'm banned from banking. I'm banned from banking and credit cards. You know who you're talking to? I do it for money.
And by the way,
how much money you make? Your company's worth $100 million. Your company's worth $100 million. I was banned from Bank of America.
And you shouldn't
I'm banned
have been.
from processing credit cards.
And you shouldn't have been.
But I am. So don't tell me I'm doing it for money.
Well, ask me my opinion about that. I'll tell you shouldn't have been. Right? I don't agree with that. What happened to you?
Then don't say I'm doing it for money, because you know that full well, and you say it's a grift.
How much money
if I wanted to be a grifter, I'd be like you, and I would go and say,
how much money are you making?
I'm making a lot of money now.
Yeah.
Now that I'm the #1 live streamer in America, because people agree with me more than they agree with you. We're tired of hearing about slavery and the Holocaust and Jim Crow. We're done hearing about that. You guys overplayed your hand.
I'm not done hearing about that.
Yo, Corbin, I just got back from Miami like 2 days ago. So, bro, we'll set this shit up this week. 100%. Yo, Boy, Noose, man, who are you? What's good? Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you for joining. Yeah, appreciate you guys all for joining. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit like kind of tired, got like a bit of a sore throat. Fuck we ball, we're still here. But yeah, podcast, of course, Corbin. We'll set that shit up this week. I'm not gonna lie. I just got back 2 days ago. Well, a day and a half ago, really. Yesterday was like my full day here. Full day back. So if you want to say I got back like a day ago. But yeah, I'm back. So we'll set this shit up for sure.
Okay, well, you know, your generation's on the way out, and Generation Z is coming up, and we're finished with that. We're ready to take our country back.
I've got three
we're
sons.
not listening to crying minorities
sons.
anymore.
I've got 3 sons, and they don't share your views about slavery and about the Holocaust. They can have decency and compassion and humanity about some of the worst.
Oh my God. Piers trying to like virtue signal as if like he's like some like big like moral like superior person. This is the most annoying thing ever when people try to like get on like their moral high horse and like, oh, I'm so much better than you because I care about this and this and this. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, seriously. Like, oh my God, Piers Morgan is such like a performative male. Like, Piers Morgan is a definition of a performative male, bro. Like, oh my goodness gracious.
That have happened in the last 150 years or more. They can do that, and they can also have concerned views about issues like immigration and other issues. The two things are not mutually incompatible.
What's up,
you
Penny?
can have different views about different things. It's your lack of humanity and compassion for people about things like the Holocaust, about slavery. It's that people find so contemptible. And I don't understand why you need to do that. Is it, again, I just ask you, is your motivation financial? Is your motivation for fun? What is the motivation for saying these outlandish things, which you don't need to say, and which I suspect, I don't know, but I suspect a lot of it is performative. So what is the motivation?
I'm an iconoclast. The Holocaust is not my religion, and it is treated like a religion. It is treated like a religion with dogma, with blasphemy laws, and that secular religion says, and you say that's a crock of shit. It's intentional. It's called The Open Society by Karl Popper. It's by these architects of the liberal order after World War II. They got together and they said, how can we make sure that Hitler never happens? How can we make sure that totalitarianism never happens again? And they came up with the consensus, which is that we need to take down nations, religions, fathers, the authoritarian personality. We need to be empathetic and altruistic. We need to be diverse and pluralistic. And that experiment isn't working. And I'll tell you the truth. Right now, and you can laugh at this, you can scoff at this, our people are being genocided in our country. 50% of the live births in the United Kingdom and in the United States are non-white. In 100 years, my ancestors, your kids who are so empathetic and compassionate, they're going to be a minority. They're going to be a minority in maybe a Muslim country, an Indian country, an Hispanic country. And these Jewish people that are 100 years old talking about my grandparents and the Holocaust, they don't care about that. Actually, they like to see it. At the SPLC, they're literally counting down the days until whites are a minority in America. So forgive me if I don't believe them when they talk about compassion. There's a genocide going on right now. It's not against the Jews.
How many Christians are there?
In Gaza, it's against whites.
How many Christians are there in the world? Like me.
1 point some billion,
Yeah,
2 billion.
How many Jews are there?
15 million.
Okay. So with a straight face, you're going to tell me the world is being overrun by the Jewry, by 15 million people, when there are over 1 billion Christians. There is a genocide of Christians like poor old Nick Fuentes going on at the hands of these 15 million Jews. Really?
See, this attitude is why you're losing. When you say
Who
poor
am I losing
old
to?
white people,
Who
these
am I
poor
losing
old
to?
white people.
Who am I losing to?
You're seeing it. Mass migration. Oh, you're losing to me. We are losing as a civilization of mass migration. And here's the difference. In Israel, they have my politics. In Israel, they want to maintain a Jewish majority. If they had it their way, it would only be Jewish people. They're fighting like hell so that Jewish people can have as much territory, a Jewish state. They can be proudly Jewish in their own land. Whereas in America, we are being besieged by 10 million illegal immigrants in 4 years. And then whites and Christians are going to be the minority. And that's true in Canada, Australia, all the countries in Europe. Yeah. So you could say there's 2 billion people, but what's the proportionality? What is the percentage of people being born that are white? Where's the arrow pointing? Where are we going to be in 50 years? In 50 years, there might be an Israel. In 50 years, there isn't going to be a white Christendom.
You don't believe people should get married, right?
Wait, can you guys hear the audio? Yeah, Corbin, send me a DM. I use Restream for all my podcasts, so you could get that too if you want. You guys can't hear the thing? I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I should have gone live. Fuck. I feel like my whole body just feels hot and my throat's sore.
I think people should get married. I'm a Christian.
But you're basically anti-marriage, really. You've talked about this. You've talked about.
Are we done talking about white genocide? Well, no, I'm coming
to the same part because.
Okay, you guys can hear. All right, clip's over. Fuck, this is like, I'm just like grind set mode right now, guys. I feel kind of like shit, I'm not going to lie. All right, let's see this clip.
I want to come to something else you said. This is where you talk about Jews, women, and blacks. Let's just take a listen.
They're always coming up with, no, it's not the Jews. No, it's not women. No, it's not blacks. It's actually really complicated. No, it fucking isn't at all. Jews are running society. Women need to shut the fuck up. Blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part. And we would live in paradise. It's that simple.
See, that's insane, but at the same time, it's like funny. Like, bro, here's the difference between like Miami and like somewhere like Canada. Miami, everybody's like so like busy, focused on their own lives. They're happy to be there. You know, the weather's nice. The whole place is beautiful. So you'll have like white people walking by saying the N-word, saying like crazy stuff, and nobody gives a shit because everybody's like happy. Everybody's like doing their own thing in life. But the rest of the world is cold, miserable, and everybody's already in a bad mood. So if they hear somebody saying something that they don't like, they're going to be like all like pissed and like upset about it. Miami is like the only place that I've been to that has like actual free speech because everybody there is just happy. And like when people are happy with their own lives, they don't get angry at what other people say. Like, I might not agree with everything that Nick Fuentes says, but like I sure as hell don't sit here and get like mad about it. Like, I laugh and it's funny. Like, even if I don't agree, it's like funny and I'm not going to get pissed about it. And that's kind of our problem with society nowadays is everybody gets so angry about something. Like, imagine allowing yourself to get rage baited by somebody on the internet. Like, that's probably the most pathetic thing ever.
Okay. Would you like to clarify what you meant there?
That's all true. That's 100% true. Everything I said in that clip is true.
Including that blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Well, all of them?
No, for the most part.
What does the most part mean? What percentage of American blacks would you like to see in prison?
whatever the percentages of the murderers. I think it's 1 in 20 black men will commit a murder in their lifetime. So maybe let's say that 5%.
Oh, so you're talking about black people who murder people?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But you didn't say that.
That's
You
the
just
crime
said
problem.
blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part. You didn't clarify that you were talking about black murderers.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Piers being so like literal, like holy fuck, man. It's something that he said on a podcast. Like, jeez, dude. Well, you didn't literally say that all blacks need, like, shut the fuck up. And this is why nobody my age watches Piers. This is why people like Piers, Matt Walsh, they don't have Gen Z because they are old. They are boomers and they are very annoying. Like, you're gonna pull up a clip of something that Nick said and like make him like, oh, you didn't literally say this and this. Shut the fuck up. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like our attention spans aren't like good enough anymore, but bro, like this just doesn't resonate whatsoever with the youth. Like people like Piers Morgan, Matt Walsh, Ben Shapiro, that whole like style of like talk show and like lecturing you about every single thing that you said. Like, oh, every little thing that you said to the detail needs to be broken down and you need to get a lecture on it. That whole like approach just doesn't sit well with anybody whatsoever. And that's why nobody listens to those people anymore. That's why people like Nick are popping off right now amongst my generation.
Right. No, you're right. That's a good addition to that. That's a great point.
Do you think it's funny or?
I do. I think it's hilarious. I think it's totally true.
Do you think?
Yo, we got the brother Steph Speaks in the house. Yo, Steph, bro, I was just in Miami. I was hoping I'd run into you. I was like camping out around Brickell a whole bunch, doing street interviews and content and shit. I was hoping I'd see you, but I'll probably be back soon. I'll be back soon. I'm just visiting my parents for Christmas. But bro, I just want a generational run. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, show to Miami, show to Steph Speaks. You guys should all go follow the brother. He's awesome.
Black American would find it funny. You think that blacks should be imprisoned for the most part?
Blacks are my biggest fans. I get high fives all the time. They say, Nick Fuentes, I love your show. They agree with me. And you want to know why? Here's the difference. Black people are the most victimized by other black people. You think black people want to live in the hood and the ghetto and get shot all the time? That's what happens in the south side of Chicago. You should come here. I'll take you there. We could go to Garfield Park.
My son went to Chicago
Inglewood.
University for a year, actually, several years ago.
Yeah, that's a bubble. That's a bubble. You think you're in Chicago and Hyde Park? You don't know Chicago. Go a little bit west, see what it's like over there. And I'll tell you, black people agree with me because they're tired of it too. And maybe not most of them, but a lot of them agree with what I say about that because they know how it is. That's why the first thing they do when they make a little bit of money is they go and leave to another neighborhood.
Okay, so what was it? Just remind me again.
Damn, not gonna lie, Nick's kind of spitting facts. Top 5? Who's your top 5 favorite YouTubers? I mean, YouTube just gave me like a report on like the top 5 people I watch. Number 1, Hudson Cosper, of course, and then Zerka, and then Nathan Sages, like the testosterone maxing guy, and then High Vibrational Kings. I don't really watch that guy anymore. Kind of watched him like a while ago, and then another Zerka channel. So it's my top 5. But bro, I'm in the. This actually is kind of brutal. I don't know if I'm glazing, but I'm the top 0.1% of Hudson Cosper viewers. Like, he has 41 videos on his channel, and I've watched like 204. So I've watched all of his videos like 5 times. That's a bit ridiculous. That's a bit ridiculous. But hey, I wouldn't be watching it for no reason, right? Obviously, there's some really good value in there, and I'd recommend you guys all to watch the same. What happened to Zerka? Zerka's still doing his thing on Twitter. You got to be on Twitter, though. All right, you're watching the stream on Twitter, yeah. So you should be seeing Zerka on Twitter. Just Wilmer, just go follow him on Twitter, honestly. Guys, I'm probably going to... Oh, I don't know. I should keep it going, but... Fuck. I do not feel good. You know what? We're thugging this shit out, all right? We're thugging this shit out. Let's see if there's any other bangers on here.
Let's take a listen to this.
First, white people are every single bit justified in being racist. Every single bit justified, to the extent that that means going out of your way to avoid black people when you see them.
You stand by that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hermes says, have me on. Bro, I'm not going to lie. I think I'm getting sick, bro. I was going to end it soon. I was going to wrap up soon, dog. Yo, Hermes, let's do another stream soon, though. I'm down. I'm down. I'm down for that. I don't know about today though. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I'm thugging this fucking stream out right now. But bro, no, I'll probably be live like again this week. I'll definitely have you on, bro. Let's run some shit again. Yo.
So white people should go out of their way to avoid black people when they see them.
Absolutely. They would be wise.
Why?
Because it's a lose-lose proposition. If you're Irina Zarutska and you don't walk the other way, you get stabbed to death and you die. If you're somebody else and you walk on the subway and you stand near a black person or something, maybe it's fine. It's a lose-lose proposition. So no, I think that white people have been beaten into submission, that we're afraid to tell the truth about it. And the truth is that when you go into these major cities like New York or Chicago, I believe she was in North Carolina, there is a menace, which is young, black, adolescent men. They're extremely violent. And we have been told that we have to pretend like they are every other person. We have to be colorblind to that. And we're supposed to go and be in the midst of all this danger. And I think that at this point, it's gotten out of control. You look at the BLM movement, they said that the reason that black people, are violent, or the reason there's crime, is because of police brutality, or redlining, or all these other things. They said we need to get rid of the police. We need to defund them. And a lot of cities did. A lot of cities like Chicago, for example, the police changed the rules of engagement. They don't chase them. It's not a felony if you steal a certain amount of merchandise. They won't chase them on foot. And now the city's totally up for grabs. And now whether you're in the Gold Coast or whether you're on the Mag Mile or you're in the worst neighborhoods in the city, you might get shot, you might get mugged, someone might run up on you. And I tell my followers, it is better to be perceived as racist or racist and walk the other way and maybe keep your life than to say, I'm a good anti-racist. I don't mind that this person's making me uncomfortable. Maybe he's looking a little froggy. I'm going to sit down because I'm a good person and get stabbed, mugged, whatever. And by the way, this is a strategy. They call it the friendly stranger. There's a crew of them. They do this in Chicago. They stand outside bars, black people. They approach strangers. It's a robbery crew. And they pretend to be a friendly stranger, and then they mug them. And stupid white people say, oh, hi, yeah, nice to meet you. You know, they grin, they laugh, they put up with the nonsense, and then they get mugged, or worse. Sometimes they get executed. And so as a white person,
how do you feel about mass shootings at school?
I think they're bad.
Who do you think commits the vast majority of the mass shootings?
I'm sure it's white people.
Right. So how do you feel about that?
I think that white people do more antisocial violence. I think black people participate in more gang violence. I think that's the difference.
What's the difference to the victims?
There's no difference to the victim, but it's a different kind of crime, and it's a different proportion.
Not gonna lie, that's kind of a good point by Piers. Because, like, I don't know, there's, like, messed up people in every single kind of, like, group or race or whatever. And that's why I'm not quick to, like, jump on, like, the racist bandwagon. That's because, like, obviously, like, okay, there's white school shooters. Okay, fair enough. Like, people from every single race can do messed up stuff. And that's why you never see me, like, fully jump on the whole, like, racist kind of train. Obviously, like, yeah, black people do commit crimes more frequently than white people, based on proportion. Like, that's simply true. But you'll never see me like actually like criticizing like black people, because obviously everybody does screwed up stuff. And I don't think that the solution is to like avoid black people or like shit on black people. I think that the solution is to help black people and like have like better resources for them in society. Because obviously it's not just black people that commit crime. It's messed up humans. It's not a race of crime committers. It's humans that are messed up.
Also, do you know what percentage of white people are school shooters?
I know that the vast majority of mass shootings in schools in America this century were perpetrated by young white men. And I'm just
what proportion of what proportion?
I'm curious.
What proportion?
I'm curious whether your advice would be to people who have kids in these schools.
Wait, is my mic working?
What
proportion?
Should they avoid white people at school? Should people with the kids at school avoid young white men at school?
No.
Okay.
Do you know what per capita means? Do you know proportionality? There are more black people proportionally that engage in violent crime or are involved in gangs, especially in these major cities, than there are white people that are school shooters compared to the entire white population. And everybody understands that.
Two-thirds of mass shootings at school perpetrated by white people.
But what proportion of white men commit school shootings? That's the question.
I've just told you. It's 60 to 65% of school shootings by white people.
You're telling me what proportion of school shootings are committed by white people. I'm saying what proportion of white people have committed school shootings. Are you playing dumb or are you just not that smart?
What difference does that make
to
the children lying dead on the ground?
See, now you want to jump on the victims. The difference is you're asking, would you fear white people or black people? And that's the difference. The difference is in terms
what I'm saying
of
to you is by your logic, if we now have agreed that the vast majority of mass shootings in schools are committed by white people and predominantly young white men, then presumably your advice would be to avoid young white men because they perpetrate these massacres. But it won't be because they're white, right?
So are you playing dumb or are you actually dumb?
Maybe
it's
I'm
about
dumb.
proportionality.
Maybe I'm dumb.
You are because you're, well, I don't think you are dumb. I think you're smart actually, but you're deliberately avoiding per capita. And everybody knows that's the difference. What proportion of white men are school shooters? It's probably 0.00001%. What proportion of black men have committed violent crimes? It's probably like 5%. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but it's very high. And I would add to that, even as it concerns schools, why do you think parents pay a super high property tax to live in a school district where there's white people? Because they know that if they go to the black school, it's going to be the Bloods and the Crips. It's going to be gangs. It's going to be, you talk about school shootings. Nobody talks about all the school shootings that are committed by gangbangers in and around the school and all the other violence that's associated with that. I mean, these schools in the south side of Chicago, it's just not livable.
I have an answer for you, Nick. So the proportion of the population who carry out mass shootings is actually the same for black and white.
For white people, the proportion of
the proportion
again,
of the population.
Are you hearing it? No.
So I think the trouble with your statistics is a lot of them don't bear much scrutiny. We have a bunch of fact checkers checking all this in real time because you do have a tendency to just come out with a lot of old baloney. And when you say, well, it's true. And when you're confronted with reality, you don't like it.
What's the figure? What proportion of white people have committed?
All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. I feel like as soon as my throat's better, I'm going to be grinding streaming. Like, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be streaming close to every single day. I have a lot of momentum right now. You guys have probably been seeing my face everywhere. And I'm going to keep on grinding. I'm sorry to cut the stream so short. I will absolutely be working my ass off. Abso-fucking-lutely. So, subscribe, like, share. And I'll break down this full video when I'm feeling better. I'm not going to lie right now. I just not feeling great for streaming. So God bless you guys. Have a great rest of your night. I appreciate you all for watching. I hope that you guys all have a fantastic rest of your night. And yeah, I got so much content from Miami. I still have to edit, and I just been work, which is not a bad thing. That's a very, very good thing. W Woman Propaganda. Yeah, that collab is going crazy viral. It's got over 500,000 views already. I think it's got like 600,000 just on Instagram. So yeah, the Woman Propaganda collab is going dumb viral, which is good. So yeah, all right, God bless you guys. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye everybody. Peace.